Hello and welcome to DVxUI. Today in this channel, we are going to create this animated hero section in Figma. So are you ready? I hope you are. So let's get started. Well, before starting, it is important to understand what we have been given on the screen. So on my left, I have the pages, and under pages, I have two pages. The first one is YouTube and the second one is page 2. Then over here, I have the layers. So the current layer is resources and the next layer is desktop 2, where I have my raw design, which you can see over here. And if you want to see what this resources is all about, we can double click on this grid icon and go over here. And I think this might not be very much visible to you. So let me increase the size. So not for the canvas, but for the browser itself. Not this much. Yeah, 125 is great. Yeah. So as I was saying that this is the resources frame, and you can go to this frame by double clicking on this grid icon. And over here, we have all the resources that we are going to be using while creating that design. And then let me also tell you what this right panel is all about. Now, if I take a rectangle, place it over here, make it a little bit large, and if I want to change the color, I can do it from here. So I can make it blue. So this is how the color is changed. And the right panel is used to control the appearance of the selected element on the canvas. So this was all about the right panel. Let me also enable my keyboard shortcut viewer. So give me a minute. So yes, here it is. As you can see, a black box has appeared over here. Now if I press a shortcut, it will say it aloud. And in this way, you will be able to know that what shortcuts I'm using. Well, now let's delete this rectangle and start our designing process. But before that, let me introduce a website. So here in the search box, I will type reduui.com. Well, this is my website. What I have done here is I have compiled all my designing knowledge in this website. So here you will find these modules from where you can start learning and you can become master UI UX designer. I will go here in the first module, click on this, and then you will be presented with a lesson. Now under each lesson, you will be given a challenge. When you do it, you can testify your knowledge. Not only this, we also have daily challenges. If you put your email over here, then for the next 120 days, you will be presented with a challenge. Each day you will have one challenge that you need to complete, and you will be given a complete description along with an example image that how your end design should look like. Then you will be also given the resources. Resources are nothing but the links to the lessons that we have curated. And then what you can do is you can mark it done. Once you do that, you can share your achievement. Now let's get back to the video and continue designing our animated hero section. Well, to start designing that hero section, first of all, we need a frame. So to get a frame, what you can do is you can either press F on your keyboard or you can go to this icon. When you click on this icon, this option will appear over here. And under desktop, you will find a frame called desktop. We need to click on this and this will be dropped on your canvas. Now this frame is small. For this to completely fit our screen, we can press Shift and 2 and this will fit to our screen. So now our frame is over here. Now let's start designing process. So first of all, we need to change the color of this background. So if I go over here, you will find the current color is 6xF, which is a color code for the white. I need to make it 1-2. And this is a shade of black. The absolute black color is 006 times. But I want a shade, so I'm going with 1-2. So now this is over here and the color is changed. Now we can also provide some corner radius. So I'm going to provide a corner radius on all the corners of about 80. So now the corner has been rounded, as you can see on all the sides. Now I'm going to select this And I'm also going to provide a border to this. So I will go to stroke, enable it, and in the weight I'm going to write 6, and the color of the border is going to be white with the opacity of 30%. So now our frame is looking like this. Now what we need to do is we need a circle. So take a circle by pressing O on your keyboard, drop it inside this frame. Then in the layout, you need to clip it. Now by clipping it, if I change the height value to let's say 1256, the width will also be changed. Otherwise, it is not going to happen. Now I'm going to place it at the middle by using this alignment tool, and then at the top by using this alignment tool. So now this is still not very much aligned. I will push it a bit up, something like this. Perfect. And now if you see, the border is not visible over this circle. It is because if I select this frame and go to stroke, you will find the position is inside. We need to make it outside. And now it is visible over this circle as well. Now I will select this circle and change its color to the blue color, which we have in the resources. So let me show you. So in the resources, you will find this blue color. You need to provide the same color to the circle in a frame. Now since the circle color has been changed, we are going to select it, and then we will go to effects, and then we will switch to layer blur, and in the blur we are going to provide a value of 700, and in this way this will provide a gradient to this frame. As you can see, the black is prominent over here, but it goes down towards the top. Now we will select this one, our circle, and the color opacity is going to be reduced and going to be 16%. So now a beautiful effect of lighting has been created over here. Now if I start putting the element, the circle will interfere and the position will be changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the circle and then lock it. In this way, if I take a text, put it over here and do something over here, then I will not be able to select the circle. Now let me select it, hit Shift and 2 once again. And now what we are going to do is we are going to start with the elements. So the first element that I want on my hero section is the nav bar. Now a nav bar typically contains 3 items. The first one is the site name, the second thing is the nav links, and the third thing is a button. And we are going to have all of them. So a site name goes over here, so let's zoom in. So for the site name, we need a logo and the site name. So what we are going to do is we are going to right click, go to plugins, and then go to manage plugins. And now here I'm going to search for a plugin which is Iconify. So this plugin is for the icons. You can find a wide variety of icons over here. I will select this one and then run it. Now in the search box, I'm going to search for navigation, and I will find all these icons. And among them, I'm going to select this one, this tilted one. I will put it up over here. Let's cross this. And now firstly, what I want to do is I want to change the color to our primary color, which is the blue. I will select it, put it over here, something like this. And what we are going to do is, firstly, we need to change the size of this icon because this is way too small. So we will press K on our keyboard. In this way, the scale tool will appear over here. So let me show you again. Let's cross this. I have selected this icon and I will press K, and the scale tool is over here. I will change the height to 38 and the width will also be changed. So now the icon is quite big. We will take a text by hitting T on our keyboard, drop a text over here, and here we are going to write nav.io. Now since the text is very large, we are going to select the text and In the typography, the size is going to be 34. This is not going to be semi-bold. Instead, we are going to use medium. Select it. We are going to put it up over here. Select both of them. And now right click and put them in auto layout by using this option. Now you will see the auto layout options are over here, and the gap between them, this gap, is currently 24. We need to change it to, let's say, 22 or maybe 18. Yeah, 18 is perfect. And rest, what we need to do is we need to see what is this gap. So by selecting this element, you will go out of this element, then hold Alt, and you will see the gap is 66. We need a gap of 60. So we will hold Shift and move towards left. Let's see, it is 56. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it is 60. But if we are going to align our element in this way, it will take a lot of time. So let me tell you a shortcut. So I will select this and go to Layout Guide. Then from here, I will switch to columns. And then over here, in the count, I'm going to write 16. And in the margin, I'm going to write 120. And you will find that red bars have appeared on the screen. And these are spread across our desktop frame. Well, what they are going to do is, they are going to guide us throughout the process of designing. Now since our logo is already placed well, we will take it a bit down, and the gap from the top is 34, so you can note that. Now what we need to do is, we need to make the nav links over here. So let's zoom in the middle. We will take a text and over here we will drop it. The first nav link is going to be home. We will select this text, copy paste, and here we are going to write maps, copy paste again. Then we are going to write APIs, and the last one is going to be docs. Now we will select all of them because the size of the text is quite large. We need to reduce it down to 22 with regular font weight. And now if you can see, they are not very much aligned with each other. So for the alignment, what we can do is, we can scroll by selecting all of them, go to layout, and we can hit this icon, which is again the auto layout. You can also use Shift and A as indicated over here. So we will click on this and they will be inside the auto layout. Now what happens with the auto layout is, the gap is set to 96. We can change it to 80. So all the gaps between them has been changed to 80. Now what else we need to do is, we need to select it. Then using this alignment tool, we need to place it at the middle and then push it up. Something like this, by aligning it with the site name. So select both and put them in middle. And now if the user is on the home page, we must indicate that. So for that, I'm going to select rest of them except the home, and the color opacity is going to be reduced down to 40%. Now the home is highlighted and user can understand that he is on the home page currently. So as I said earlier, a navbar contains 3 things and we are done with the 2 of them. The third thing is the buttons, which are going to be over here. So let's zoom in. Again, to design that button, we need a text. So take a text, drop it over here and write login. Select it and let's see, the font size is 22, we need 20, and with medium font weight, let's put it in the auto layout. Now this is the horizontal padding and this is the vertical padding. So for the horizontal, I'm going to provide 18, and for the vertical, it is going to be 10. Now you might say that padding is not visible, so let's fill it with a color. which is going to be the blue color. Yeah, this one. Now the corners are very sharp. We will select it, and in the corner radius we will provide a value of, let's say, 100. You can provide any value, but that value has to be bigger than this width or either this height. You can also provide 50. The effect will be same. As you can see, nothing has changed. Now we are going to select this, make a copy of it, put it over here, and the text we are going to change to contact. Select this button. We are going to remove this fill. Instead, we are going to provide a stroke of white color. Weight is going to be 1.6, let's say. So 1.6. And this opacity is going to be 30%. Now 1.6 is quite a lot. So let's go with 1. Yeah, 1 is perfect. Now select both of them. The spacing between them is currently 9, which is given over here. Don't be confused with this gap. This gap is for the individual element, and for the gap between them, the spacing is 9. We need to change it to 16. Then in the auto layout, we are going to provide it an auto layout. Place it over here in the middle, and this gap also needs to be 60. So let's see, it is 72. So hold shift and towards the right, 62, 1, 2, and now it is 60. Now just for the check, what we are going to do is we are going to select all these elements, use this alignment tool to place them at the vertical centers, and then finally put them in auto layout. Make sure it is at the center. And now this is how our nav bar has been created. Now we need to work with the hero text. So for that we need a text. So drop the text over here, select this frame, let me zoom in. So shift and 2. So take a text and here write navigate your app growth, and take one more text, just make a copy of it and write with maps on nav.io. Now these texts are very small, we need to change the styling. So select it, change this font size for the first text to be 42, and this is going to be regular with, let's say, the fill color is 100%. We need to reduce it down to, let's say, 70%. Yeah, perfect. We will select this, align it at the middle, put it up. Now we will select this one, and the font size for this one is going to be 90 with medium font weight, and this is going to be absolute white. Now place it at the middle, push it up. Perfect. And this is how the hero text is created. But there's a lot of things that we can do with this one to make it usable and decorative. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select this maps and change its color to blue. And now this looks readable and attractive. Now I will select both of them, put them down. Why? Because I need a space over here. For what purpose? Let me show you. So I will zoom in over here, take a text, drop it over here, and here I'm going to write 4.7 plus global rating overall. Now select it, change the font size to 20 with medium font weight, as you can see over here. And I also need a star over here. So I will go over here and then hit Windows and dot key on my keyboard. And I will search for a star. Take this one and also provide a gap. Now I will right click and put it inside the auto layout. For the horizontal padding, I'm going to provide 12. For the vertical padding, I'm going to provide 8. And for the padding to be visible, we need a stroke of white color with the weight 1, and the opacity is going to be 30%. Now this has sharp corners, but we are going with the rounded corners so far. So we'll make this rounded as well. So go in the corner radius, make it rounded, and then place it at the middle by using this alignment tool, and then put it a bit down, something like this. Now select all, put it a bit up. Let's see. So this looks perfect. Now what we need is, we need CTAs. So CTA are basically call to action buttons which are provided in the hero section. So for that, let's zoom in over here, take a text, drop it, and here I'm going to write get started. And before changing the font size and everything, let's get our icon from here. So I will go and select this icon, copy paste it, and remove one of them and place it over here. Now the size of the icon is very large, so hit K, and by using the scale tool, I'm going to make it 26 by 26. And also this font is also going to be changed in the size, which is going to be 22 with regular font weight. Now select both, put them in auto layout. The gap between them is going to be, let's say, 12 or maybe 10. The padding in the horizontal is going to be 24, and in the vertical it is going to be, let's say, 12. And let's fill it with the blue color like this. And now our icon is not visible because the background and the icon color is same. So we will select our icon and change this to white. Now select this. I guess this padding is quite large, so I will reduce it down to, let's say, 18. Yeah, perfect. Now I will provide a corner radius to be completely rounded. We need a secondary button as well. So make a copy of it, put it over here. And in this one, the icon is not going to be there, so delete it. And the text is going to be get APIs. And obviously the looks are not going to be same. We will select this one, remove this fill, add a stroke of white color with the opacity of 30%. Now select both of these buttons, put them in auto layout so that they are completely aligned and they are at the middle as well. Now the gap between them is going to be 24, and let's see how it looks. Perfect, but we need to align it at the center by this frame. So align it over here, push it up, something like this, maybe a bit up. Yeah, perfect. So now, so far we are done with navbar and the hero text. We need some decorative items over here and over here because this part is looking quite empty. So for that, let me make it easy for you. We will go to resources and copy this testimonial card. Do not worry, I'm going to teach you that how can you make your own. So just copy it, and also this will be provided in the description, so you can download these resources from there. We will go to desktop, and here we are going to paste it. Place it over here, something like this. And we need a text over here. So let's zoom in, take a text, drop it over here, and write 67K and a plus sign. Select it, change the font size to 120 with semi bold, and place it over here. Copy paste, take it out over here, and write users worldwide. Select it, change the font size to 42 so that it is visible with regular font weight. Put it over here, select both, and also let's put them in auto layout. And the alignment, this alignment, basically the element inside the auto layout are going to be right aligned. And you can see there is no effect. It is because the alignment of this text is set towards the left. We need to make it right. We will select this one, make it right as well. Now select both and put it over here. Now if I keep it like this will look boring. I will select this 67 and then I will change the color to blue. And for this text, it is going to be, let's say, 70% of the opacity. And let's see. So yeah, this is looking amazing, but zoom in, select both, and by using this alignment, I will align them at the center. Put it a bit down. Now they are completely aligned, but what I think is the margin is way too large and there is no weight of the element over here. So we can select this, hold shift and move toward the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or maybe less. So let's see the gap. It is 63. Let's make it 60. So 1, 2, 3, 66. Well, I increased it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 60 now. Now select this one and this will go to left. So shift and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 66. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 60. So now they are perfectly aligned. I will select them both. And this time I'm going to put them at the bottom. Put it a bit up, something like this. And let me tell you how I created this testimonial box. So I will go over here and you will see that this is the dimension of this box, as you can see over here. And the corner radius is 40 provided over here. If I change it to 0, this will be very sharp, but I don't want that. So I just need to make it 40. And the fill color is 1B, which is a variant of black with an opacity of 10%, and a stroke of white color with opacity 30% is provided to this box. And rest is all text. As you can see, this is a dummy text, lorem ipsum, with these appearance setting. And then we have this auto layout where we have a picture and we have two texts, both with different appearances. So this is the appearance of this one and this is the setting for this one. You can download the resources and see for yourself that how can you make it from scratch, or you can use mine. So let's see. So far we are done with how this website is going to look, but we have still not talked about that how we are going to implement that 3D animated background. So let me select this first. We will hit Shift and 2. And now I'm going to take a rectangle first. Put it over here and something like this. Now the width of this rectangle is going to be 1440. Why, you might ask? It is because the width of this frame is 1440 and the height is 1024. So yes, you guessed it right. The height is going to be 1024. And now it is not aligned at the middle. So I will align this by using this alignment tool at center of this frame. Now nothing is visible. So we will select it and put it down by using this option, which is send to back. And now still the readability is sacrificed. So let's remove this fill color. Now the rectangle is not visible. Well, that is our intention. So we are going to rename this rectangle to BG, short form for the background. And now we will go to a new tab, and then we will go to a website which is Spline Design. So spline.design is the website. Then we will go to the community section of this website. So go to Spline community. Now here we will search for navigation, and then you will find this first graphic. You need to select it. This will open up a new page, and you need to click on this remix icon. Well, I already have this in my files, but when you click on the remix, let me tell you what will be presented. So I will go to my files, and then over here, this is the file. So when you click remix, you will be presented on this dashboard. Now what you need to do is, you don't have to do anything with this one. This is way too complicated. You need to go to this export option, click on it, and you will be presented with this menu. Now you don't have to do anything. You just need to go to this option which is copy embed. So I will hit on this button, and this will be copied to my clipboard. Now I will go back to my design, and over here what I'm going to do is, I will find my rectangle first, which is this BG, and I will select it from here. Make sure the rectangle is selected, not this frame. So I will select this rectangle, then right click over here, go to plugins, and then I will go in the Anima plugin. Well, you might not find Anima in your plugins. So what you need to do is, you need to go to manage plugins, and here you need to search for Anima, and then you need to run it. View details, and then run. Now when you run it for the first time, it will ask you to create an account. It is very easy to create an account. I have already created one. That's why I am given this menu. Once you will be done creating your account, you will be presented with this same menu. Now here you need to go to embed code, and now here you need to paste that code that we copied from this spline. So this is the iframe code. Now let me also tell you something very important at this point. If you are using Figma software, Anima plugin might not work there. So if you want to see the effect of that 3D animated background, you need to use the browser. I'm using the Chrome. You can use any browser, but the Figma software is completely prohibited. So now I have pasted the code. I will save it, and now you just need to click on this preview. I will click on it and make this fit to screen, and as you can see, we have created this beautiful hero section in Figma. The background is looking perfect. The foreground text is also looking perfect. The nav links are perfect, and everything is perfect. Also, you can see there is this frosted effect in this testimonial tile, and this is how it looks. I hope you have learned it well and make your versions of this design, and if you do, consider sending it to our Telegram group. I'll be waiting for your versions of this design. We will meet in the next one.